Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have another haul for you. You might see that right there. It's my suitcase. And at this moment in time, I'm off to Canada in a couple hours time. And then when I get back to England, then I'm back for about a week and then I'm off to Portugal. So I've done a bit of shopping. Now today's haul is going to come from RIHOAS. RIHOAS? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's been one of those brands that keep on popping up on my Instagram stories as an ad, and I need a few summer bits. Was working all summer in a hair salon because I used to be a hairstylist and I was helping out one of my clients, and so I didn't invest heavily into my summer wardrobe because I really didn't have a summer. And so now that it's the end of season, it's been a little bit difficult to pick up some items that are of a higher quality and that are the brands that I want and also still keep within my budget. So although I am quite prepared for this to not be a quality over quantity type of haul, I still think I'll be able to find one or two pieces in this haul that will be lovely. So let me show you the first outfit. Okay, so the first dress that I want to show you is just this check kind of halter neck style dress, and it's got buttons all down the front of it. Now I won't lie to you, I can already feel that these buttons literally feel like they can break off at any second, and so they do put an extra one, which most brands do, but I do think that these might have to be replaced quite soon. Equally, this button doesn't match what's on the dress, so we're not really off to a great start. Let me try this on and show you what it looks like. It is poking out here because my shoulders are smaller, but my bust is bigger, so we're popping a little bit here. I think if I had a better bra on, it wouldn't pop as much, but I've just taken the straps down because I've just realized I don't have a bra that will accommodate this type of back. So I'll definitely have to go shopping for that. And then, yeah, I don't feel like the print or the color does that much for me. However, I've been wanting a dress like this for so long. I just think that I need to be on the lookout for maybe a different colorway. Maybe pink and white would have been a little bit more suitable. And yeah, I mean, I even think you could wear this a little bit more casually. Let me show you. These two together. How stinking cute. I think I just need to get a different bra. Again, I might be able to get this tailored where it just comes in slightly, but there's not that much of a pucker. It's quite literally just right here. Even just that going in looks so much cleaner. So if you have been around these parts for any length of time, you know that I like a classic and timeless style. If we have to call that old money, let's call it old money. However, I feel like the check dress that I showed you is probably going to be more suited for my Canadian trip, whereas this red one I think is going to be perfect for Portugal. I'm feeling like my Portugal trip is going to be a little bit more of a vintage vibe, still timeless, still classic, but I feel like a little bit more vintage and maybe warmer tones and not as preppy. So let me show you what this dress looks like on. And I did pick everything up in a size extra large, if that helps. Okay, I don't think every shade of red looks nice on me. I'll be honest, I don't really think this one does that much for me. I don't know if it's like a cooler red or a little bit too similar to my skin tone, but I think it will do for my trip away. However, let's talk about the dress. Once again, it's too big for me in this area, and then I think it just contributes to me looking bigger on the top of my body. Now, I don't know, actually I do know because my mom used to do this for some of my items, where you basically put a dart in here and then it just kind of tapers it in, and then you can take out some of the fabric at the top. But is that something you really want to do for something that was 20 pounds? I'm not sure. I think when I get back to the UK, I'll definitely look into it. Hopefully I can get this tailored before I go away. Now let me move all the way back so you can see how long it is. I love this length, if I'm being completely honest, but I just think there's a few things that make me feel like I don't feel wow in it. I also feel like maybe the print is making my bust area look a bit bigger, and then equally how it doesn't fit properly in here. I think it just makes me look a little bit more top heavy. The next thing that I have to show you is just a pair of shorts. Now, I have to be honest, when you have been buying items that are really well made and a nicer, higher quality material, it is really difficult to go back to something that is a bit cheaper. I think that's another thing with this brand is, you know, the bill and everything was in dollars. So I thought maybe it was coming from America. No, it definitely came from China. It took about 10 days to get here. And I understand that that's going to be why the prices reflected what they were. However, I don't know. I just don't have much faith that the quality is going to last till next summer or even past this trip. Anyhow, this is just a pair of chinos that were supposed to be a little bit dressier. I feel like they don't feel dressy at all because they're literally so thin, but let's try them on. Okay, these shorts, nothing really truly to write home about. I don't even want to spend much more time on them. The only thing I'll say is the button literally is so cheap. I feel like if I sneeze, it's gonna ping off. So they fit, but definitely nothing to write home about. So the next item that I have to show you is a little bit of I want to say a wild card for me, because I typically don't go with something this vintage looking, this patterned, and to be honest, I think it might just make me look bigger. Now, this is the other thing with this company, is I didn't see anything about returns, and be it that it's come from China, is sending it back even worth it? So I'm hoping that this fits and it works. Personally, I actually see this not as something good for my trip to Canada or for Portugal. I think it'll look nice in Portugal, but I actually see this as more of a fall dress for me when I get back to England after both of those trips. So let's see what it looks like on. Can you spot the problem with this dress? It's such a shame, but I can pull it up like this and then it will hide it, but I actually think that this is something that looks quite bad when I see it, and it's when there's a seam for the bust but it's not actually on the bust. I think really that should be down here, but then obviously that is not what we're going for, and so I have to bring it up just slightly. Also, essentially, they haven't given enough fabric here for my bust, because I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but basically this is a big gaping area, and so even when I pull it up, it's still gaping right here. I actually don't mind the print. I really enjoy the length. It's just this area that I feel a little bit exposed with, if I'm honest. I think the capped sleeves, it's super cute. I think with a different necklace, or even this one, super, super cute. But it's just this. And I think this is a recurring theme with this haul. It's that it's so close, but the craftsmanship just isn't there. And you end up with ill-fitting items that then completely takes away from the look. Right, the next dress, which I'm realizing I mainly picked up dresses in this haul, but it is just this white dress that has slightly capped sleeves. I'm not too sure if it's picking that up. And then it's got like a scalloped rim. And then at the bottom of the dress, which you'll see when I try on, it's a little bit tiered. So I think this would be really nice. I actually don't like investing in expensive white dresses. Can you guess why? I feel like they get stained so easy, makeup gets on them so easily, sweat gets on them so easily. And so if there's anything that I'm okay with finding a bargain on, it is a white dress. But let me show you what it looks like. All right, out of all of the dresses, I feel like it's not picking up on camera because it's just white, but this one definitely fits me the best. It's perfect around here. I'll say, of course, at the bust area, we're dealing with a little bit of pulling, especially if I turn to the side, you can see it there. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to go off on a tangent for a slight second. If I honestly could get you guys to understand the amount of horrific comments that content creators get, it's never ending. And I had a video that I put up years ago, and someone commented on it recently about how, but they were being super sarcastic and they were saying how it's not elegant because this is showing, but like, what would you like me to do? I'm trying my best. And so I won't lie, it's made me even more hyper aware of it than I already am. And also weight fluctuates. And so this might be okay now, but in a couple of days it might not be. I might be more swollen. I might have put on a little bit of weight, and sharing your level up journey online is not for the faint-hearted, and I understand that, but it's always baffling to me that on one hand you're tearing somebody down for something, but then equally you're literally just shining a light on what people shouldn't be doing themselves. It's not elegant to be tearing people down. Tangent over. All right, big surprise, another dress. So this dress, I think it's going to look good. This color, I feel like looks really nice on me. I actually wear this color a lot, but it's very hard to fit it aesthetically into my Instagram feed. So if you follow me over there, you'll probably rarely see it on my feed, but I wear it quite often. Now, where I have hope for this dress is the fact that it's A-line. Where I feel a little bit worried for this dress is the fact that it is a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be. Now, I don't think that this is something that's going to come with me to Canada, but I do think it's going to come on the trip to Portugal with me. So let me try it on. All right, what do we think of this red dress? I like it, even though I feel a little bit uncomfortable with my arms out. I have put on a bit of weight, and I do feel a little bit uncomfortable because it is shorter than what I typically wear these days, but I think it's quite nice. I'll say the other thing that I feel a little bit uncomfortable with, it just quite literally feels so thin, and it feels like it can go away and wind can take it up at any second. But I think this is going to be lovely for Portugal. I think even wearing my hair up in like some type of bun, I think will be even more chic with some gold earrings. I think that's the vibe I'm going to go for with this. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you like this one? Did you like one of the other ones more? Maybe you don't even like this color. I would love to hear your feedback. I feel like in my crew clothing haul, it was all shorts and stripes, and this haul is all dresses. So let me show you the next dress that I picked up. It's just this brown one right here. Now it's giving me a similar vibe to this blue Auvel dress that I got at the beginning of summer, and I have lived in it, and honestly, any piece that I wear from Auvel, it's almost embarrassing how many compliments I get on it because it starts holding me up. And if I'm out with somebody and they're with me and we keep on getting stopped over and over again, it does get to be a bit much. But I feel like this is going to be the cheaper beige version of that Auvel dress. And I know I've mentioned Portugal and Canada. It's not going to come with me to Canada, but it is going to come with me to Portugal. And then I totally forgot to mention I'm going to Prague right after I go to Portugal. And depending on how long I stay in the Czech Republic, I might go over to Austria for a few days. And I feel like if this doesn't shout, the hills are alive with the sound of music, I don't know what else would. So let me put this on and show you what it looks like. I think this dress is so lovely and it fits me nicely, just like the Auvel one does. But if I'm being completely honest, I don't think beige does that much for me color-wise. And I do think it being a little bit higher up here actually makes me look bigger. And I don't think that that's as flattering. Whereas the Auvel dress, some people might say it's a little bit busty, but I don't think that I look that top heavy in that dress, even though it's a similar style. For the price, I think that this is nice. I think it will work great for when I'm in Portugal. And if the weather holds out, it might even look great in the Czech Republic or Austria. So I'm quite pleased with this one. I'm going to show you something that isn't a dress. and it's a jacket, and I don't have very much hope for it, and I'll tell you a few reasons of why. I love it. I love it, but it's kind of boxy, and I find boxy things on my body type, it doesn't do that much for me. 2, it's got shoulder pads that I didn't realize, and my hips and my bum are the biggest part of my body, and so that's where a boxy type of cut typically doesn't look good on me. And then my shoulders are quite narrow, so the shoulder pads might help, or they might just make it look worse. And so I don't think, the other thing is, I don't think the green really does that much for me color wise. So, but I do love it. I think it looks really nice, and I've got a pair of trousers that I think that they'll look really good with in the fall, but I think we need to try it on and see if it works or if I need to get it tailored, and then maybe go from there. Again, I don't have a lot of hopes for this jacket, if I'm completely honest with you. So yeah, I don't think I fully enjoy the shoulder pads, and I feel like, see all this fabric here? This I think is showing you a lot of my challenges when I pick up clothing. And it's fitting me around this way, but my shoulders are quite small. Now I think in this dress, because it's going A-line, it's not showing the cut, but I can tell by where it's landing here that if I was in trousers or something like that, it would really cut me off at the biggest part of my body. I knew this one was going to be a bit of a gamble, but I'll see if I can get this tailored, because I do think it's lovely. I will say the buttons are quite cheap, like they're flimsy, flopsy everywhere, but I do want to make this work. I just don't know how. But let me know your thoughts. I'm intrigued to know what you think. The next thing that I have is another dress. Surprise, surprise. And it is just this red and white, which again, I love this color. This red and white polka dot wrap dress. Now, I think it feels shorter than what I thought. And also, I'm just a little bit concerned with how low the wrap will go. I don't know if there's enough material to accommodate my chest area, and then it will be quite revealing. Now, a wrap dress can either look phenomenal on me because I'm almost an hourglass shape, but when I do put on weight, it does go more to my bottom than anywhere else. And so I don't know, it could look great and accentuate my smaller waist, or it can be way too busty. So how about I try it on, and if it works, it's going to look so great in portrait. All right, I had a feeling, didn't I? This dress, I mean, I love the color. I love the color and I love the print, but this really doesn't want to stay shut. I'm sure I can get a pin put in and then it would stay shut. And also I feel like it's not sitting correctly on my shoulders, probably because my shoulders are more narrow, but really, like, this is all extra fabric. And I feel like it would then be a bit better then, but yeah, I'm just struggling to keep this shut. I don't mind the length. I do prefer it when it's down here, but then obviously then my modesty goes out the window. I do have some bras that I think would be really cute if there was just a little bit of lace coming through, but I feel like, be it that the fabric is already printed and polka dotted, I feel like that would just distract, and I quite like when outfits are not very busy. So that's such a shame. Let me know if you have any recommendations. Maybe you have a way that I can salvage this, because it is cute. If I was being truthful with you, the red polka dot dress and this dress feels the cheapest. I honestly feel like wherever this brand gets their items made, it's the same place where things from AliExpress get made. Feels really thin and really cheap. But the last thing I picked up is just this cream colored dress, and then it's got buttons down the front. Now that I'm seeing it in person, I don't know. It almost feels like an old school nurse's uniform. And so I just don't know how it's going to go, and I'm really not pleased with how thin it is. There is something really nice about when you wear really nice structured clothing. It just feels like it holds you in, and I don't mean in the holding your rolls in type of way, but just you feel structured and nice and put together, and I just am not getting that with this material. But let me try it on. It's not like I can really send it back without spending more money, so let's try it on and go. Okay, let's ignore the fact that I need to steam the dress. I'll be honest, a few things. I feel like it fits me nicely through here. I always deal with a little bit of pulling at the bust area. That is just sometimes what you deal with when you've got a bigger bust. I obviously try to manage that the best that I can. However, I don't think that this is bad. I do like the thicker collar. It feels a little bit more vintage, a little bit more bowling. But the thing that I would say I don't like is this. I think it just looks cheap, and I think I would rather just maybe not have it on altogether. And I think I need to reference, where did they even have this? Like, was it for the front here? Was it for the back? But yeah, I mean, I think it's okay. I'm not blown away by it, but maybe this is one of those dresses where your accessories more so make it as opposed to the dress. But let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, my friend, that is it for this little haul. Let me know, have you ordered anything from this brand before? Which item was your favorite? And maybe let's throw in something fun. Let me know if you've got any late summer travel plans. I would love to hear about them in the comments.